Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Hot Women Wanted podcast. I am Julie Strauss-Greeley, joined by my co-host and fellow hotties, Juli Cola and Meredith Young. Hi, gals. How are you?
Hi, Jules. Hi, Jules.
How's everybody feeling this week? Temperature check. What are we dealing with?
You know what? I started a new estrogen cycle.
Oh,
Yeah.
And how's it going?
I'm only on day 2, so I have nothing to report. But actually, it's estrogen on my arms.
It's a cream.
It's a cream, and it with a progesterone pill. And I'm doing it through. So I think I mentioned this on a different podcast, but I wasn't able to get any of this through my insurance because it was too expensive. So my doctor
outrageous. A topic for another.
My doctor put me on. Had me go to my HRT, which is a website, and you pay like $99, and it's then she can,
99 for the year.
For the year, yeah. And then she can write all the prescriptions through there. So she wrote the prescriptions, and for 3 months worth of the pill and the cream, it was $100.
That's great.
I'm going to tell you a little secret. The topical estrogen, which I don't use anymore because I love my Duavi, which you know I'm a huge fan of that pill, but you can use it under your eyes.
Oh, what?
Yes, I heard some woman on TikTok said that. You can use it on your face.
What? You
Wait.
can dab it under your eyes. The topical
Just dab right here?
Yep. The topical estrogen cream. Fire that up under your eyes, babe.
I'm so glad I brought this up. Well, anyway, I'm feeling much better now. But yes, for anybody who's listening and you haven't been able to get it, like I wasn't able to get it for like a year, it's a good solve.
And I don't know why. My insurance is definitely not the greatest, and I've had no problem getting that pill. So it's
That's
just
crazy.
It just goes to show you there's no rhyme or reason for this, and it's not great. Well, anyway, this is the post-Thanksgiving wrap-up, so we've got a lot to cover today. Obviously, I'm just going to say very quickly to my hottie co-hosts how thankful I am for the two of you.
Thankful for you guys.
Anybody who doesn't know, to have friends for over 50 years, not to age us, but pretty
You
amazing.
just did.
So I didn't say exactly, but it's pretty amazing. So I think
I'm like Heather Gay. I'm not giving out the year I was born to anybody. You can't find it on the internet.
I have 5 different versions of my ID, like Heather Gay, apparently. She's ready. Listen, Heather Gay is laughing all the way to safety. She was prepared for the apocalypse, and she can get out of this country very quickly. So good on you, Heather Gay. Anyway,
it's really
I'm going to start with the hot seat, but none of us are in it, girl. So you can take a breath.
Yay,
I do have to throw good old Real Housewives of New York City into that hot seat because
absolutely
we are dealing with this ridiculous prank, I guess they're calling it, about the storyline with Becky Mankoff being pregnant and trying to figure out who the mole is. And these guys are pathetic. That tells me
Erin Leachy, what's her last name? The combination, she's pranking everybody. The bugs in like the dessert that Jenna Lyons made. If I made a dessert and someone put a prank bug in my dessert, I'd be furious, first of all.
Furious.
And then that was dumb. Pranks are dumb. And then this is not a prank. I mean, half the cast can't get pregnant. I mean, Jessel can't get pregnant right now. I mean, she's like so like upset about it. Her husband doesn't want an extra baby. You don't make jokes about that stuff. It's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah.
By
not
the way,
funny
I just did hear Andy Cohen on my ride home today talking about this. And what he said was that he's very, very excited for the new Vanderpump cast, which we'll get into later. But we're not giving them a chance. And we all loved the old cast, and they were, we fell in love with them, and it was a very hard switch. And he feels really strongly that we're not giving them a chance, and we need to give them a chance.
Andy, we love you. That's bullshit. We did give them a chance. It just sucks. Trust me, I liked it. I mean, I was like not hate watching it the first year. I mean, the first
season. The word of season.
Rain fog.
So I need whatever Mary's on. So the first season, I didn't really want to watch
creatine.
Yeah, the creatine.
I am on creatine.
I need that next. The first season, I watched it. I wasn't hate watching it, but I was like, this is fine. You know what I mean? This is like, some of them were good. This season is unwatchable.
Yeah.
I mean, dumb pranks, fake storylines. Everyone's so produced. It's awful.
Yeah.
I think
and by the way, Andy Cohen knows it's awful because he has Jeff Lewis coming on, and I love Jeff Lewis, but Jeff Lewis comes on Watch What Happens Live and then says, oh, it's my favorite out of all the franchises. That's not true. It's nobody's favorite. It's not Jeff Lewis's favorite. That's ridiculous. We know that's not true.
Jules, I'd like you not to be in the hot seat next week. So let's cool it a little bit.
It's honest, though. It's honest. I'm sorry. We love Jeff Lewis, but it's not his favorite franchise.
No,
I find that ridiculous. New York is not his favorite franchise.
I don't know what you do. Maybe you give a very long pause and you recast again. Maybe you mix it up with some old OGs and some newbies who are really friends. I'm not sure. This isn't working and this is ridiculous. And
covering it. I mean, we're covering it right now just because we're putting it in the hot seat, but we're not covering it.
Yeah.
It's not worth our time.
Yeah. Let's move on, actually.
Let's move on. It's such a bummer.
We're giving it a lot of air.
Too much time already. So I'm moving on to our next section. So hot beauty trend, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have something to share?
I do have something to share.
Can you describe it?
That's the question, gal. Can I? I have been taking my creatine, so I think maybe I can describe it better. Okay. Today I am talking about Dr. Barbara Sturm, and this is her super anti-aging face cream. It is, when I tell you luxurious, I am not kidding. I put this stuff on my face, and it just, I feel younger. It is so decadent. The price is too. Not sponsored.
Right.
Nobody's sponsoring this. I really just truly can't get enough of this product. I buy it full price where I can find it. It really feels like it's making my skin firmer and more supple. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's true or not, and it's just how I feel. But I
look
feel
great.
good.
Skin's looking great.
I feel good. I feel good when I have it on. So it's Dr. Barbara. And if you want to treat yourself and just feel good and young, I say get it.
And if you really are in menopause, one of the signature things that you will notice is the dryness, and your skin gets dry. Like it's a noticeable difference. So a cream like that, her whole product line is actually amazing. And she's incredibly well credentialed, and she was trained in Europe and all kinds.
She's
of
a dermatologist, right? Isn't
dermatologist?
She really is a doctor. It's not like a faux doctor name, but your skin literally drinks it in. Like it is such a great. It's so.
Julie, do you use it?
I have her products. I rotate them. I'm setting myself up to be ridiculed, but they do rotate into my routine. I do not use it daily, but yes, I have her products.
I have so many questions for you. Like when you say routine, is it like written out somewhere where you're like, okay? Or like, is it a big shift?
No, I wish it were. And in fact, this was going to be my hot take, and I got rudely interrupted when we had technical difficulties. But that was my gripe. My gripe is even I, the queen of products, am confused about the order in which things go on, what goes first, what goes second, how many things is too many things. I'm at a loss. I'm out.
I guarantee you're doing too many things. That I can guarantee.
Sure.
I am now sinking under.
I can guarantee.
Yes.
I'm sinking under the weight of all the products that I'm using.
You are. You can hardly open it up.
As my husband lovingly likes to joke, 10 minutes till curtain time. Meanwhile, I go nowhere.
Wait, let's keep it moving.
Okay.
Move on. So, hot off the press. What's the news? What's the news this week? What's the pop culture buzz? What are we talking about?
All right. Should I take this one?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Take it.
So hot off the press, I mean, we kind of said it, but we're going to say it again. Vanderpump Rules got the Roni treatment reboot.
And soon
Sorry,
to be...
Lala. Sorry, Lala. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Don't be sorry, Lala. She's going to the Valley, which I think
as a friend of, not full-time.
Yeah.
Guess what? She'll end up full-time, and I think that is such a mistake. I think it's
I don't know. Sheena too.
Yeah. I think it's so...
They listen. That franchise is very good. Their ratings were through the roof. They don't want to ruin that. So they know the audience. They know that they're against them, right? They know that their audience doesn't. They're like not into Lala or Sheena right now. They're going to have to dip their toe in there and see how it works.
Yeah. But what I like about the reboot is nobody actually works at SUR anymore. And that was the whole premise of the show.
No, I think it's actually going to be interesting only because they are going to hire actual staff to do the reboot. And they're all going to be hot. And,
but they're going to be the whole premise of the show is that these people worked at SUR.
Right.
So they're getting back to basics again, which I like.
This is taking a page out of the Southern Charm book because for those who watch Southern Charm, there's a character on Southern Charm named Leva. Leva owns a bunch of restaurants. She is like the Lisa Vanderpump of Charleston. And there is a spin-off show called Southern Hospitality that's been on Bravo now for a few years that is very popular, that takes place at one of her real restaurants, and it is real staff.
The guys from Watch What Crappens, they love Southern Hospitality.
I don't watch it. I don't watch
it.
I do think we should talk about also in our little hot off the press that Traitors dropped their season 3 preview.
It does look great. It does look great. I think, first of all, I love Rob from Survivor.
Oh my God.
I feel like he's going to be in danger. He's going to be in danger. Boston Rob. He's going to be in danger fast.
He may be the first one off.
I think
he might be.
Like the other guy who was the first one off last season. The other very popular guy from...
Yes.
The guy from The Challenge.
Well,
Johnny.
one went all the way, and Johnny got voted off right away.
Yeah.
Who was the cutie who won?
CK. CT.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, but I think people are going to be scared of Boston Rob. He's so famous. You know what I mean? I think he's a threat.
Yeah, he is a threat.
I'm excited for Traitors. That's coming up in January.
That's a really good cast. And I just love the Traitors. I love Alan Cumming. I love everything about it.
Angry Dorinda locked in a castle in Scotland with no liquor. I heard they barely give him any liquor.
Well, they don't actually stay in the castle. You guys know that. They do stay at a hotel. So I would imagine
it's not a hotel. It's like another. No, it's not a hotel. It's another property they can't stay there because they would give it away. So they have to take them away from that property, but they're completely isolated. There's no room service. There's no restaurants. There's nothing like that.
Let's just say the booze is not free flowing on the Traitors. No. So there are some of our dear housewife friends they're going to be white knuckling it through.
I honestly, Dorinda's the only one I think about for that. Nobody else is like that.
Well, we don't know all of them yet.
I think a lot of them like a cocktail. They're used to being filmed and boozed up, so I don't know.
Who doesn't like a cocktail?
Exactly. No, I mean, I like a cocktail, but Dorinda really likes a cocktail. I mean, that's kind of like her whole brand.
Jules, allegedly. I mean...
Is it allegedly?
Well, Julie, I mean, you can't really keep yourself out of the hot seat, can you?
Shit. I mean, she's paying for it.
I'm adding the...
She's starting.
You're starting. I mean, I am adding the allegedly for you. So I don't know what to say. All right. Moving on. So our first hot topic show of the week is Beverly Hills, right?
Oh yeah, Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it. I mean, premiere. Well, we missed
premiere. So we were last week because we were on Thanksgiving break. We didn't cover the premiere, so we went straight from episode 1 to episode 2.
So let's combine them.
Welcome back, ladies. I don't care. I always love Beverly Hills. A bad Beverly Hills is a great Beverly Hills. And by the way, this is a great Beverly Hills.
I agree.
Well,
and talk about great casting, Boz.
Well,
fabulous casting.
Fabulous.
Just say, although, two things. One, I mean, I wrote in my note, like, just from the jump, just the first little clips, it's like, oh, these ladies are rich, honey. I love it. It's like the houses, their Beverly Hills activities. It's all good. So I love that. I happen to really like Jennifer Tilly. I've liked her as a friend of. I'm happy to have her on the cast. I think she's a good addition. And I think Sutton needs a little bit of a sidekick that's like a real friend for her. So I'm looking forward to that. I think Boz is awesome. I mean, her story was like both unbelievably empowering and heartbreaking.
Yeah. Boz, as Kathy Hilton would say, Boz is a boss.
Yes.
She's got real boss like energy. Yeah.
But the thing that shocked me about Boz, and this drives me crazy, ordered a cocktail at Sutton's bizarro party, which I'll talk about in a second.
Oh, my God.
Her cocktail, whatever it was, had a lime on the glass. She proceeded to drink from that cocktail in every single scene with that lime on the rim of the glass, hitting her nose, hitting her cheek every 5 seconds. Take the lime or the lemon wedge off the side of your glass. Either put it in your drink or toss it. But don't.
Maybe that was editing.
I mean, no, she's a CEO or a CMO. She's been in a million power lunches. Take your
Juli?
line to the side of your glass.
Juli?
Hot seat?
Yeah.
Hot
seat. That's what you're going to pick on? That's what you're going to pick on her? She had a flawless opening. She did terrific, and now you're going to pick on her drink? Give me a break.
Oh my God. Julie Strauss, you were in the
No,
hot
I'm not. No, I am not. That is a fact. She drank with the lime smacking her nose.
That's what you're picking on?
That's nothing.
Yes, it shocked me. You want to know why?
It's not shocking.
She's an executive. She's been in huge meetings and lunches and dinners. Take your lime off.
Julie,
you are nitpicking
yourself deeper and deeper.
I don't think so. And I'm not apologizing for it next week. But anyway, I love her.
Well, I loved her. I loved her.
I have nothing bad to say.
She was so fabulous. I couldn't get past it. And guess what? Guess who should be the new brand of cigarettes?
Dorit.
I've never seen anyone look cooler in my life. Incredible.
I even heard an interview with Kyle who was like, that was quite a scene, Dorit. And they're not even speaking.
I got to tell you something. Who even still smokes these days? I mean,
nobody. Apparently, people do. They just don't do it on camera.
Well, Kyle said she must have been in. She said we have these cameras in our car.
Yeah,
and we kind of like forget they're in our car. And she's like, I'm sure Dorit like pulled out that cigarette and had no idea and was like, they're definitely going to edit this out. And then boom, Dorit smoked.
Well, guess what? I mean, I hate to say it because I'm anti-smoking. She looked cool. She looked fantastic. She looked gorgeous. The converter, everything was working for her.
She is
well,
gorgeous.
Let me just say, do you think she's going to be angry that it was in the edit?
No, because everyone's talking about it. It's every meme. She's literally a meme now.
And it also that's the energy she's bringing this season. Like she's
agreed. She don't give up.
Bringing it.
Yeah. She's angry. You know what I mean? She's pissed off, and it's like coming through in a really good way.
I agree.
Yeah. I have to mention Erica's testimonial look. Really sorry.
I didn't even remember it.
Oh my God. You don't remember bright pink hair and a one-shouldered silver lame dress with a gigantic sculpture on top of the one shoulder pad that was on it? I'm really shocked. How could you possibly forget that? This is my one note that I wrote. Like, where are we with Beverly? Are we back in the 80s? Who's doing the hair? Kyle's hair is past her boobs.
Wow, Kyle's hair is crazy.
Kyle's hair in her testimonial is ridiculous looking.
Ridiculous. She's got to get rid of those extensions. It's crazy.
Listen, Erica looks great, but I got to tell you, when I saw that testimonial look, I'm like, is she in a show on Broadway? Like,
no, but she looks really good in her scene. I think Erica, like whatever surgeon or whatever they're doing in Beverly Hills, everyone's looking really refreshed.
They are
in a
good way.
In a very good way.
And Sutton looks really refreshed in an appropriate way. Whoever her surgeon is, sorry, I think Erica looks great. I don't want
allegedly.
Exactly.
Whatever they're doing.
Allegedly.
I would like to be doing that. She looked awesome. She looked beautifully refreshed.
Can we talk about something that I find laughable? That Kyle, after last year having Morgan Wade all over the television, showing her name on her body, doing a video where they're making out, this season they're saying, I don't want to mention that person.
Ridiculous. And honestly,
about that person. I'm like,
the producers need to be like, Kyle, get over yourself. Like,
it's so ridiculous. I'm like, you're a little late on that one.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's laughable.
Agreed. It's
ridiculous.
Well, her name's already out there. This woman is known because of this stupid show.
And by the way, she made her famous. She made her famous.
You can't put the toothpaste
in the show.
I know.
It's so ridiculous.
They did a music video together. I mean,
which they made out. I mean, it's so ridiculous. Now she's like, I want to give her privacy. I'm like, you're a little late on that one.
So are we to assume that they're not even friends anymore?
No, I think they're in South Africa. Are they on African safari?
No, yeah, they're friends. They're still friends.
They're still in each other's lives in some way.
We don't know what they are.
No, I'm not asking if they're in a relationship. I don't follow Kyle on social media.
I don't follow Kyle either, but I know through just...
Yeah, I don't know.
I follow any Little Housewives except for Sutton and Garcelle.
I don't know. I didn't know that they're like still friends because it made me think like maybe Morgan got really pissed about everything and then said, "Oh, we can't mention her." You know, now we're not mentioning. I don't know.
They're just on an African safari together, so I think they're friends.
I have to say though, I did feel Kyle as a mid-50s, very middle-aged woman when she was like, Mauricio moved out. I can't turn on the lights. I can't turn on the TV. I can't set the alarm. I can't lock the door. I was like, oh, Kyle, I feel you.
I live with Dan in the house, and I'm like, I pass the remote over. I'm like, could you turn on my shows?
Literally, like, I was like, I've never felt more in line with you, Kyle. I feel you, girl. Like, I really, really was feeling that moment. I thought that was hilarious. Let's talk
funny.
a little bit about like what seems to be the thematic crux of the show, episode 1, episode 2, her and Dorit. Like, what in the fuck is Kyle mad at?
Okay, first of all, can we talk about what she's mad at? Because it's ridiculous. Because it's actually on television because they filmed it. She's claiming
it's just
on BravoCon that Dorit put her down as a friend, and we also what the video actually is Dorit had a drink in her hand.
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah.
They asked, who's your favorite housewife? I don't know, rank the housewives or something dumb like that. And Kyle, by accident, knocked her drink, and the drink went all over Dorit's face. And so then Dorit in the joke said, well, now Kathy's number 1 and Kyle's last. A joke. Right. Everyone laughed.
Well,
it was funny.
And also, supposedly, she's mad because Dorit shared the text that she had sent her the night before they filmed the reunion.
This was before that, but that was because of the reunion too. We all know that. But this is what Kyle keeps on talking about. She keeps on mentioning this BravoCon thing. She's not talking about. She's literally talking about this.
And it's also ridiculous because for anybody, like, Dorit has a real reason to be mad because Kyle went on Amazon Live and said, we're not really friends. We don't vacation together. Our husbands aren't that close. Meanwhile, PK and Mauricio, the idiots who I guess got another production contract because we're going to have to see these morons on our TVs. I mean, thank God for PK because I'm not sure what else he's doing for a source of income, but
I know.
PK just Beverly Hills Housewives, but
PK just left his cash cow.
I mean, clearly these guys are friends. Like, that was personal for Kyle to do that on Amazon Live. That was.
Kyle's obnoxious. Kyle is rude. Kyle has been getting away with murder for years. I mean, she
is rude. Team Dorit all the way. Does anybody want to talk about Garcelle? Garcelle booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
I love it. Now, I have 2 comments about Garcelle. Apparently, she still hasn't fired her stylist with that crossword puzzle dress. That was
really coming in hot right now.
Sorry.
Be careful.
I'm entitled
Juli.
Number 2 about
Garcelle. Keep going.
Me too. I'm feeling like.
No, I love Garcelle. Everybody knows I love her. She is like, I love her. She's the most magnificent, real-looking woman on that show. I think she's awesome. I wrote booked and busy. Like, she is really working. She's the only one. I wish she would get a better stylist. She is such a cool woman. That's my one comment.
I love whatever Garcelle says in her confessionals. They're always funny. They're always really smart.
So funny.
They're hysterical.
Great. And by the way, I enjoy her style for her. I think she looks fabulous always.
Well, she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Killing it. She feels great. And by the way, I will tell you, and I just said this today to somebody, if you feel good at our age, if you're just feeling it and feeling good, who cares?
Right. If you feel good in whatever you're wearing, it's like
like if you that's the whole game, my friend.
She's so gorgeous. I love her. She's my most favorite in terms of I think she is.
I love her laugh. I do. I've always loved Garcelle.
I love everything about her. I love everything about her.
Very smart.
I think she looks good in her style.
Everything.
And then I also am, I've always been a diehard Sutton stan, but I want to tell you something. Sutton gets $350,000 a month from her divorce. That's after taxes. If I was Kyle and Sutton was giving me advice of what to do with my money, I would take it.
Taking it.
She blew her off, found it insulting. I'm like, are you kidding me? I would listen to everything this woman said and write it down and get her lawyers.
Right.
She can afford them.
It's true.
I have to tell you something. I think that Kyle is like, she's like stuck in a certain age. Maybe because she was a kid actor, and you know how they say that about sometimes like young kids who get famous, they're like stuck in a. She's very naive in a lot of ways. She's very immature. Her reaction
very immature. Even the way she's fighting with Dorit, it's very childlike.
This whole thing,
I find it very childlike.
This whole thing about the divorce is so naive. That we're such good friends. We'll always be good friends. We love each other. It's like, I mean, Sutton saying like you need to file and you need to be the one to file first because once you and she was saying it for a business reason,
right?
You file, he doesn't get a piece of anything that you do professionally from that day forward. It's just not smart. It's absolutely not smart.
I don't know if you guys watched the after show. They have like their after show on YouTube, and I guess they paired them up. So Kyle was paired up with Erica, and they brought that up, and Kyle was completely insulted by that conversation, and was like, it was none of her business. And then Erica, like an idiot who has no money from her divorce, and she's like, yeah, she should have never given you that advice. That was terrible. And they start putting Sutton down. I'm like, you guys are two idiots.
Two idiots.
I guess you don't want $350,000 a month,
right? I'll take.
I mean, clearly Erica does, because she brought it up in the episode. She was like, well, you get $350,000 a month. So...
Well, she said it then, but to Kyle, she said the opposite. Let's move it on. But the other thing I think we should talk about is, Kathy and her glam squad. What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
We have to talk about Kathy with the mask, the straw, the ivy.
I've never seen anything like that.
No, oh my God. And then showing up at the party and saying, and again, Kathy, I see you. I feel you. Menopause all the way. Showing up to the party going, I am so hot. And taking
the hair extensions. I've never worn hair extensions. Has anybody ever worn hair extensions?
No, never.
I don't know what that means.
Never.
What does that mean?
It's certainly, let me tell you something. That's not going to cool you off from a hot flash. It's not even your real hair.
By the way, they're so expensive to get that into your... So she just spent like probably...
No, I mean,
to put those in.
I will say this: the three of us are very lucky with hair. Like we got a lot of hair.
So far, I have a lot of hair. Yeah,
yeah.
Mine falls out though in the shower.
I have to tell you something. Oh, mine too.
I'm
I'm sure I was losing a lot of it before I went on HRT. I'm sure I was.
Oh, really?
Sure. I'm
mine
sure
falls out a lot in the shower. It does. Every time
my hair was starting to thin. Absolutely, that is like such a huge symptom of menopause. You can't stop it unless you're on like some kind of vitamins and HRT. That's the
I
only
mean,
thing
my hairline is receding a little bit, but
everybody's. But
what?
Yeah,
anyway,
I mean, everybody does.
I will tell. I mean, I know this is not the beauty section, but Head and Shoulders is actually very good for thinning hair.
Really?
Yes, because when your scalp is, I actually worked on Head and Shoulders years ago, but I know this for a fact. A clean scalp is the root to growing more hair, and Head and Shoulders will clean your scalp to a very deep clean. And they say if you do like you know me, my retinol, if you do like a retinol right here to your scalp, and then the Head and Shoulders on your head, it will improve your. I actually don't do that, but it is. I might one day.
But others said
it's supposed to give you thicker and fuller hair.
That's a good little tip.
Yeah,
not sponsored by Head and Shoulders.
This is off topic from our hot list right here for Beverly Hills, but I will say that is a little hair tip.
Yeah,
but I have to tell you, I mean, Kathy, I just love seeing Kathy on my screen. She just makes me laugh.
I love Kathy.
She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
She's like a kook. She's a total and unbelievable kook. She's a nut job.
She really is.
I mean, she really is a nut job. But also, doesn't anybody find this interesting that like she's finally reconciled with her sister Kyle, which I'm happy for. That is where
for the
they
moment. For the moment.
Well, I don't think
I
don't think by the time we get to the reunion they will be, because she's also apparently great friends with Dorit, who her sister.
I think that's for the TV.
Really?
Yeah, they're not great friends.
They're spending an awful lot of time together. If they had that much footage to edit, I mean, she went over to Kathy's house. Then they're together in episode 2. I don't know. It's a
television show. They're being told to do that. The producer's like, go over to Kathy's house. And she has the oxygen mask on. It'll be hysterical. You know, it's all staged.
I don't know. I think it's kind of strange. They could have put Kathy with anybody. They don't have to put her with Kyle's enemy.
No, they did it on purpose. So then, you know, it's more of a contrast. You know, and it's intentional. It's intentional.
I don't know. She's been friends with Kathy for a year or so, Dorit. Because remember at the reunion all those years ago,
when any of them are really friends. Like, you know what I mean?
Like Kyle said about her friendship with Dorit, it wasn't real. And we thought any of these friendships real. And we thought they were best friends.
Yeah,
except their husbands were friends, and they did go on vacation together.
Well, that's true.
They were.
If that's so true, Kyle, why were you crying about the BravoCon?
Right.
What if they're not friends? Why would you care? Why would that be offensive?
Yeah.
Why would that be such a thing?
Like moving on, like the Dorit of it all, like throwing PK under the.
Oh, wait, every sentence.
Yeah.
When someone's an alcoholic, that's
like he's an
story to tell. That's their story to tell.
I know.
She hasn't told anybody.
She's like, have you heard that he's an alcoholic?
This is like
terrible alcoholic.
He's an alcoholic. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible.
She's like, well, that's been PK and I are separating. He's a horrible alcoholic.
Have you heard about his alcohol problem?
It's like she meant that was like the second sentence out of her mouth when she meant both. Like
it really was. I mean, she said it immediately. I'm thinking, oh my God, that's so personal.
I mean,
and he's like, listen, I got sober and I got rid of Dorit.
Yeah,
and I got skinny.
Well, I got to tell you something. I think that's what he was saying at that restaurant when they had that meetup.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
I think he was like, I got sober, I got clarity, and I don't want to be married to you.
Like, that's exactly what he was saying. Yes, totally.
He said something. I'm going to say something. He said something that bimbo, remember Alexis from OC? She said something in the reunion. She said, in my religion, your priorities are husband before kids. And I thought that was a very strange thing to say. I was like, who would ever think like that? And then he said the same thing. In marriage, it's always husband should become before the kids. He repeated that same exact line. That must be some sort of thing, a man's, that's something that Alexis was told. And, one of her husbands said to her, and she keeps on repeating it. And that's a very old school way to think. My husband comes before my children.
Right.
Well, I think he was saying is also that when he met, listen, I mean, the guy's been married before. I think PK has 2 or 3 grown kids, in their 30s. He might even be a grandfather. I don't know. They live in London, but I think he has 2 or 3 kids from his first marriage. I mean, Dorit is a lot younger than him. And he said it in that conversation. He's like, listen, when we first met, you were by my side. We were going out. We were going to clubs. We were going to this. We're going to that, feeling young. Like he was having a whole resurgence of his life. Then she had kids. She homeschools those kids, first of all, which was, I don't even get that. But, she's with them 24/7. She doesn't want to go out at night. She doesn't want to be going to the club. She doesn't want to, she'll do it for the show where she's getting a paycheck and she's filming. But it sounds to me that he was very much like, I should be the priority. And now the kids are the priority.
Well, what Dad says that's a weird thing for a father to say. Those kids are
I agree. Those are his kids.
And by the way, according to Dorit, he's always in London.
Well, he's always in London now. No, that's only the last year. Yes, the last year he's in London now because he has work there. He has no work here in the United States. His work is literally filming for Beverly Hills and palling around with Mauricio. I got to say this, and I'm going to say it again. I said it about the other husbands. It'll come up again when we talk about SLC. I don't want to see storyline with the husbands. I don't. If they're in a scene, if they're out to dinner, if they chime in, if they've got a good one-liner, fine. I don't want to see produced storyline with Mauricio and PK or any other.
I think they're going to have their own show, and I am not going to watch it.
I'm
not going to watch it.
Mary, that's a good call. I bet you anything that since Mauricio's real estate show got canceled, I bet you he wants to pitch like a
They're
guy.
Pitching. I'm sure they are.
First of all, Mauricio was on Dancing with the Stars. This guy is so hard up to be on television.
Oh, the worst.
And I don't even know why. His company's worth billions.
His company was across the street from my house.
I know.
Crazy.
And let me tell you something. And that's not the office that's making the billions. But it is global. It is a public, you could see it. All the information out there.
He likes the fame.
He loves the fame. He loves the fame.
Yeah.
Just like Johnny J.
Yeah. Just like Johnny J is right. You got it.
Who settled?
Exactly. We are
Who
done.
folded and settled and took her offer of God knows what as soon as the reunion was over. What a loser.
Oh my God, what a loser. Okay,
let's move on.
We have spent a long time.
We did. Let's move on to Salt Lake City because it was a very interesting.
Yeah.
It's just laughing to be. What?
And 2 episodes here too.
Yeah.
We went from laughing and really enjoying it to it being really the most kind of unbelievable emotional scene between Mary and her son.
Oh my God.
It's almost uncomfortable to watch it, but yet I think it's probably going to save lives.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely.
It was.
I hope it saves his life.
Well,
it really was a beautiful moment. I thought she mamaed so well. She was such a perfect mama in that moment. I could feel her so much.
It was really. I know we're jumping to the end, but whatever. We can start there. When she said, "I have no judgments. I will not judge you." That's a really powerful thing to say to somebody who's in pain.
Yes.
I thought
she came to him with love, just pure love. And there's nothing.
I have the chills right now as we're talking about it. I just thought it was such a meaningful moment.
And then I want to say something. Do you know Jill Zarin from You know her daughter? I don't even know her name.
Really?
So she's on social media today. First of all, she's all over social media about dumb stuff. She had the engagement, the broken engagement, eating her pizza and puts it on, And today she's I was really upset. This is hilarious. I was really upset by the Mary scene that Bravo brought the cameras in for that scene. It was so invasive, and I really feel like we shouldn't be watching it. I'm like, didn't your mother bring cameras to Bobby's funeral?
Yes.
And then invite Bethany Frankel?
Yes.
What could be more invasive than that?
No.
And more absolutely horrible. I was like, are you kidding me?
I am sure that the editors in this particular instance were all in touch with Mary about whether or not she was comfortable.
I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. She gave permission.
So you don't need to like comment for Mary. That was with her approval, and I'm sure that was with her adult son's approval.
100%.
And you know what? It was absolutely a teaching moment, and it was really hard to watch. Supposedly he's in rehab now. He's been there for quite some time, and he's doing very, very well.
Which I'm thrilled about.
We hope so. We hope so.
We hope that it continues. It's a lifelong struggle.
Right.
And he clearly has a lot of stuff to work out, a lot of pain. And I also, it kind of broke my heart when she was like, I missed the mark, like she really was honest about her parenting. And, listen, but for the grace of God, right? Like any of us could very easily miss the mark.
100%.
Right. I mean, I think there's as with our children, we, anybody can be in denial. You know what I mean? You don't want to see what you don't want to see.
100%.
And she didn't want to see it,
And
his door was closed. He was, he was in that bedroom way too long, not doing anything.
They don't want you to see it, right? Like, so you're hiding and you're not looking and it all happens and it's terrible.
Half the battle is getting support and having a team, and she really seems by her son's side. So hopefully, you can only hope the best for him and, see what happens. But, we wish Mary and her son the best.
Yes.
But if you push back to earlier in the episode, it was very light until that scene.
Yeah.
Well, the first episode of the week, because we missed last week, that was very light, and it was like the aftermath of the Bronwyn trip, and it was Mary's lunch, the breakfast at Tiffany's theme, which was in and of itself hilarious, and like some of the get-ups were just unbelievable.
Wait, Meredith bangs. What happened there?
Well, that is the best line. Literally, I have to read that line. Like I think that's the best line to come out of Bravo. So it's like the highs and the lows with Mary. I'm not even kidding. Like, I want this on a t-shirt. It's like Meredith leaves crying, and then they cut to Mary's confessional, and Mary's like, thank you, Lord. She took them bangs with her. This is Audrey Hepburn, not the Flintstone.
Very funny.
Right down. It is the funniest line. It was like, what were those bangs? Like,
first of all, Bronwyn looked exactly like Audrey Hepburn. Like, she looked prettier.
She's gorgeous.
Bronwyn looked stunning, as usual.
Her bangs, literally, she looked like Audrey Hepburn. And by the way, Meredith Marks is beautiful. I mean, she is. She's a beautiful woman. Beautiful. And those bangs were just awful.
Awful.
Yeah, it didn't work out well. She probably watched that back and was like, that wasn't good.
Victim. She's such a victim for everything. I mean, Mary was angry, so she was just like, saying, if you can't get along, then leave my house. And then Meredith's like, you're going to throw me out of your... Like, she only hears what she wants to leave, so she can leave and do her grandiose, I wasn't welcome, these women throw me out, I'm not treated well. I'm like, ugh.
Right.
Mary
used to be the victim now.
House, I'm so hurt. And even when Mary went to the art gallery and, and Meredith thought she was going to get this huge apology from her and that they were going to reconcile, Mary was like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Get a life. Like, and as we now know, there was real shit going on for Mary. It's
like,
I'm not for this bullshit. I don't have time for this manufactured bullshit. I don't. Bye, Meredith. Like, really.
I don't know what the timing was for all of this, but I think people knew about her son.
No, I saw Meredith interviewed actually at BravoCon, and
they said they didn't.
She said, I don't know about that, because
she said, I wish I knew what was going on.
Not sure that's true, because a couple of people said in different scenes, something's wrong. Something's up with Mary. Something's wrong.
Well, because they knew she wasn't acting like herself, but I don't think they knew what
it seemed a little. And then that other woman, who's the new one, Brittany, she's like, let's give Mary grace. Something could be wrong. I don't know. It was said too many times.
I don't know.
It's a little fishy.
I don't know. Meredith did say at BravoCon that she wished she had known what was going on.
So I didn't like what she said, because then she said, because I could have helped her.
Right.
Well, that's true. I'm like, Meredith,
I know she did.
I wish I would have known. I feel terrible.
That other story. I mean, not to belittle anything, but doesn't she also have a storyline somewhere from another season, Meredith, with like a nephew that had a drug problem?
Well, that's what she was saying. I have all this knowledge. I could have helped her. I'm like, I feel bad for her.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know.
How about when Heather made that big deal about the
airline ticket?
Why did you fly first class? And Bravo said, because it's my goddamn credit card.
I love that. That
Listen,
was good. That was a great line.
I was listening to it's one of the Bravo podcasts. It's the two girls, they're all over Instagram. And supposedly, this was an interesting fact, Bronwyn has been trying to get on this show since 2020.
Oh, wow.
And so I think this is a very interesting thing about Todd. This puts a whole new perspective on it for Todd. She went into the final rounds in 2020, which carried over to 221. They were going to cast her. They were going to cast her, and it was down to her and Monica, and they went with Monica.
Thank God.
Yeah, they went with Monica. Yeah, they got 2 seasons.
Best season ever.
Yes.
They had Jen Shaw go to prison. They got 2 seasons out of Monica, the first season and then the best season.
2 great seasons.
Great seasons.
And then Monica obviously had to go off after that whole thing.
And Monica, Julie, you're wrong. Monica was a 1 season wonder. One season only. No, 1. 1 season wonder. Definitely a 1 season wonder. Her arc was she came on, she was a nobody, and then they exposed her. 1 season wonder, positive. 1 season wonder. Yep.
I think she was in 2, but we can either.
I'm fact checking right now.
I know I'm right.
But anyway, and then she went off whenever it was, and then they went and they revisited, and Bronwyn reapplied. So she's actually been trying to get on the show for like 3 years, and it puts the Todd father in a whole new light for me, because it's like, what is he so fucking bothered about and annoyed about?
I know. I'm right.
One hit wonder.
I knew that. By the way, I think her husband is so checked. He has no idea what Housewives, the whole franchise is. He doesn't watch Bravo. She did this all on her own. He was checked out until he wasn't.
I mean, and
I've never seen anybody fold their arms more.
I mean, my God, he is shake everything terrifying. I'm terrified of him. When he yells at her, I'm like,
unless the arc is they're going to get like divorced. And that's going to be
I don't think so.
They're not. She keeps posting about how much she loves him and all these years they've had together. What a great father. They're not.
So why don't we move on to hot takes?
Okay.
All right. So anyway, we've talked about SLC, and I think we know what we're watching. I mean, I just want to, wrap it up. Let's move on to our hot takes. Who wants to start with a hot take of the week?
I have a really humiliating one.
Okay.
So I was in Breckenridge for the week with Dan and my youngest daughter, Drew. And we had a few phone calls with the other adults. And at one point, she just turned to me and she was like, "Why are you screaming?" And I was like, am I screaming? I actually don't feel, I feel like I'm just speaking. She's like, "Mom, it's a phone. Like, you don't need to, like, when the phone call comes, you don't need to yell. Like, you could just talk in your normal voice." And I was like, I actually don't think, could you record me? Because I feel like I am talking in my normal voice. She's like, as soon as the phone picks up, your voice goes up. Like, you really just raise the level, which I found to be an old person thing, because I remember saying to my own mother,
I don't think you scream on this.
Thank you. And I remember saying that. She's like, "You're just like Nanny." And that was a hard one to hear.
It's a way hard time.
That's a hard one.
My mother is 81, and it's hard to hear that I'm just like Nanny. So anyway, I got a "You're just like Nanny" this week, and ouch is what I'll say. Ouch.
That is a killer. All right, Cola, you're up.
All right. Well, mine's not a personal one. I have a grievance about fashion. Now that I have all the baggy jeans that Julie talked me into, those Neely Lotan $500 jeans that sit in my closet, now skinny jeans are back.
Yep.
And not only skinny jeans, they're low-rise skinny jeans. That's going to be...
I'm barely seeing them back, though. I feel like jeans are all over
I see them.
Oh, no, they're back. And they're not only that, they're low-rise. I'm not going to wear that.
No, I'm not going to wear it either. I decided already I'm not going to do that.
I'm not wearing that.
I mean, listen, I'm certainly, we all know, I'm definitely not wearing that. And that's definitely a gripe. But I think jeans are all over the place. Like, if you're doing Cyber Monday or Black Friday or shopping this weekend, I mean, they're still showing the wide leg. They're still showing the baggy. They're still showing the barrel. And yes, now they've reintroduced the skinny jean. Skinny jean was never our friend. Certainly not my friend. And I actually think it is your friend, Julie Cola. I do.
I like
a skinny jean. By the way, I know you didn't say my name, but I do like a skinny jean.
You do?
I don't think of you wearing a skinny jean. You always have a little flare at the bottom.
No, not true. It was hard for me to give up the skinny jean, to be honest.
I love a boot cut. I love
Did you
a
go
boot
back
cut.
to it? Did you go back to the
I have
skinny
not
jean?
gone back to it yet, but I've noticed that it's coming back, and I kind of excited. Like a skinny jean with boots and like a blazer, that's a cute look.
Okay, maybe it's just me. I hate a skinny jean. Never liked them. It does not play to my strengths. So. Me too. This is a visual medium. You can only see me from the waist up, but trust me when I say skinny jean does not play to my strengths. So,
not everyone's watching. People are listening.
Leaving it at that. All right. In another moment of synergy, Mary, because yours is like, oh, you're just like Nanny. I didn't get you're just like Nana, my mom, who's no longer with us, but I had a similar kind of a comment. So when I remember being a certain age, I think I had kids already, but maybe I didn't. And I remember going home, whether I was staying over for, to my parents' house where I grew up, and opening their refrigerator and being like, what is in here? It would be like the most random things there or nothing at all, or like 2 apples and a half a banana and then a half a carton of like cottage cheese, like a half-eaten thing of cottage cheese. And I remember constantly giving my parents, mostly my mom, shit about and being like, what's in your refrigerator? We're all here. Like, we're all staying over for Hanukkah. We're all here for that. Like, there's nothing to eat here. Like, what has happened to you? Well, my younger daughter, Kate, came home from college this last week for Thanksgiving, was home for an ungodly amount of time from what was basically supposed to be just a long weekend. And we host Thanksgiving, so I was shopping and cooking and prepping for that. I was not adding to my shopping list. And their very first night home, she opens her refrigerator and she was like, what is going on here? There's nothing in here. It's like the most random stuff that you and Dad eat. There's nothing for me. She's like, this is an old person's refrigerator. Just basically what you're eating today and tomorrow, and that's it. Because you don't know if you're going to be here. I'm like, ouch. Well, that's hard.
That is an ouch.
So I had a similar kind of engagement with like, wow, nothing.
I didn't really go. I just went Thanksgiving grocery shopping too. So I kept on saying leftovers.
I mean, I did. I was like, no leftovers. Same. I was hawking those leftovers, hogging that pecan pie and everything. And also, I was like, let's order in. Nobody wants. I was like, we don't want to eat. You don't want me to cook tonight. I'm cooking on Thursday. Kate was like, but it's Sunday. I'm like, it's coming up. I don't know what to tell you.
Exactly.
Anyway,
I'm prepping.
So I had a real moment of clarity. It was tough.
Okay.
We're going to wrap it up. And we had a lot to say. It was a double week, so forgive us if it goes a little long to our public.
That's true.
I hope everybody
by the way, we didn't announce it up front, but this is episode 5, ladies.
This is episode 5. And I just want to say special shout out to all the hotties who listen to us each week. Just want to say a big thank you. We are thankful for you, hotties.
Thank you. And we have a new platform now. We are on Apple as well.
That's true.
So a lot of options where to find us.
You can find us everywhere. Give it a listen. Give it a watch. Tell your friends. And we will see you back next week for episode 6.
Love you guys.
Yeah, sounds good. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
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 See you guys.